Alrighty, going live, going live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night. Woo! Friday night for another 15 minutes. It's Friday night. How's everybody doing? We're doing Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, also known as Record of Ragnarok, Chapter 84, and I'm like a week and a half late on this one, okay? I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's been a very busy end of November into December for a lot of reasons. Once again, we're going to give, like we always do, about 5-10 minutes before people show up. I'm still, after having that big cold or the flu or whatever, I'm still like in my fucking throat. So sorry about that. It's actually, it's been a bit of a demotivator to recording videos and stuff like that. Because obviously if I do a lot of talking and I have to be loud and big energy and stuff like that, I find that my throat feels worse, later on and stuff. But they say sometimes it takes, a few weeks for that shit to go away, right? So it is what it is. But we're going to be reading chapter 84 here, as I said, in 5-10 minutes. But yeah, and I am trying to get the other content out. I'm late on the NFL picks. I'm late on the One Piece chapter. The Yona chapter. There's quite a few that I'm late on. Plus, I still need to do my reactions for Mob Psycho 100. I keep forgetting. Once I get all caught up on my videos, I'm like, thankfully, then I take 3 days. And I was painting the dining room and I was painting the kitchen and stuff like that, right? Which, of course, took 3 coats. Couldn't take 2 coats, it took 3 coats. And I'm a perfectionist when I paint, so I, do touch-up after the fact and blah, blah, blah. And unlike people who do that whole, okay, they paint their second coat the moment it's, half dry, after 4 hours, I wait half a day. I give it the full 12 to 24 hours for let the cut-in dry and all that shit, and then I do the rolling, and I'm really picky when it comes to my painting, right? So there's that. I just bought my tree. In fact, I should post the picture to Discord because I got the biggest tree in the lot this year. I got the biggest one. Granted, they didn't have a cathedral-sized tree, but it's taking up half of my fucking living room. Not gonna lie, it's taking up half of I gotta post this one. I think it's the biggest. I always go for what I call the big bitch. I always, whenever I go to a tree lot every year, my mother takes forever, because I got the truck, so we take my brother and his wife, myself, and my parents, and we all go and we all pick out our trees around this time of year, right? We all go, we're in Canada, so we get tree lots. You give the money to the food bank, yada, 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 right? And it takes me probably about 5 minutes max to find the tree, because I just find the biggest bitch I can find. And I'm like, there's my tree. And everyone's like, that will not fit in your living room. I'm like, I'm going to make it fit in my living room, And then, I trim it, I cut it, and then I stand it up, and boom, I got a big-ass tree. Though this one is so big this year that I think I'm going to have to finally use, fishing line and tie it to the wall. Because I just don't trust my stand to hold that fucking thing. That thing is heavy, and I mean heavy. It's big. It's taking up half the living room right now, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm going to post a picture of that thing. Yeah, I did take a picture for my wife and sent it to her, so yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah. It's got no lights on it right now, but if you guys are in my Discord, I'll just see. I'll make sure there's no incriminating information in the picture first, but there's just James Dean playing pool, books. Generally I don't have a problem with posting pictures from my house as long as it's not, So I don't really care if people know where I live. I'm not that popular, so it's fine. Okay, yeah, I'm posting this to the general. So if anybody's curious, here. Done. How do I do this now? Does it just... How do I send it, though? But I hate when they change shit. Yeah. So, but how do I... Oh my Christ. I don't even know how to send this anymore. I don't know how to do this shit anymore. How do I say okay? They changed Discord and now I can't hit enter. How do I hit enter? I mean, look at that shit. Where's the enter key? Where's the I want to send a message? Where is it? I mean, I'll type a message. Let's see. If I put Christmas tree. Send. Okay. Yeah, I want to send it. Oh, you have to click it? Well, that's stupid. I hate when they update shit. Like, things can say, I'm going to be a grouch here for a minute. Things, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When they changed the NHL rules back in, like, 2005 because of that asshole Gary Bettman and shit, it was like, hockey was fine. Hockey was fine. You didn't need to change the rule book. I hate when they change shit. You don't need to change shit. You know? So this, like, Discord update, it's like, oh, we're all fancy and shit. I remember back when the iPhone 4 came out, and it was fine. And when they changed it, I think it was around the iPhone 6 era came out, they had this massive update, and all the icons looked like we were in the kiddie pool and all this shit. It was awful. I still don't like it. Anyways, I posted it. Yay. We got some people in here. So, by the way, don't forget to hit that like button, and then we're going to start the thing. I think I'm done bitching. This is not the Bitch, Moan, and Complain podcast today. No, we're doing I'm trying to get caught up on some videos now that the painting's done, the Christmas tree's done, and of course I plug in all my Christmas lights and stuff, and half of them don't work. You know, I get all the garlands set up, like, you know, like behind me, and I of course I don't pay like $40 for that shit. I buy the $5 shit, and I buy my own lights and I wrap it myself. I do a better job than that pre-lit garland crap. Anyways, anybody who buys pre-lit garland is either got too much money or is an idiot. One or the other. So, of course, you know, I've had these for 5-6 years now, these decorations. And, so, you know, eventually lights burn out and stuff. But stupid me, because I was so busy, you know, doing the outside stuff and everything else and painting and stuff, I didn't test my lights before mounting some of them. So I mounted all the garland with the staple gun, blah, blah, blah. Lights don't work. Got to tear it all up, do it again, blah, 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 blah. You know. Anyway, we actually have 4 people in here. Hi, 4 people. Hit the like button, please. And I'll get to the chat, and then we'll start the chapter. But yeah, that's all my dilemmas and stuff like that. I will try to get to some videos over the weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. Because I got an uncle who's dying, and my wife's grandmother at 100 had a stroke. They're both this week, both like 2 days ago, so at the same time. So, and yeah, my uncle's in hospital waiting to die, so it's all very sad shit. Swarm says, hey. Hi, Swarm. How you doing? Joseph's in here, says, hey, Griever. Hi. I think you're going to enjoy this chapter. I hope so. I'm assuming we're going to find out at least who one of the fighters are for the next round. I mean, a lot of people were saying Loki, Okita. I think that's my bet right now. We might finally get to see the Loki versus Okita fight. I'll go with that for now. Unless we're going to finally introduce, like, the new characters, maybe. Yeah, Joseph also says, a little off topic, but I'm curious despite how you feel about My Hero Academia. What's your opinion of Shigaraki and All for One? Because I personally think they're cool villains. They're okay. Honestly, they are not the leading factors. They aren't the strong points. There are villains like Stain and what's his name? Twice, and people like that are much more conflicting villains. Endeavor works well as almost a villainous character. Yeah, I find other villains, Gentle, for example, is technically a villain, you know? I find other villains much more compelling than those two. I don't think they're poorly written. I don't think they're 10 out of 10. You know? But granted, I dropped My Hero a while ago. I don't even read it in my spare time, so. Joseph said, by the way, happy holidays. To you as well. That's a funny term, too. Everyone's still bitching about the whole, do you say Happy Holidays? Do you say Merry Christmas? Blah, 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 blah. I wish people a Merry Christmas. But if somebody wishes me Happy Holidays, I don't go, in this country, we celebrate Christmas. Oh, fuck off. You know, the reason that Happy Holidays was encompassed was not just to include people that didn't celebrate Christmas. It's because we're wishing you a Merry Christmas Eve, a Happy Christmas, a Happy Boxing Day, a Happy New Year's Eve, and a Happy New Year's. We have 5 fucking holidays in the span of 8 days, right? So, what do? We wish you just happy all of that time off. Happy all those days. That's sort of the reason it came about. People added the religious aspect into it and the political aspect and fucked it all up. But once again, I say Merry Christmas because that's what I celebrate. But if somebody wishes me a Happy Hanukkah, I'm going to be like, same to you. You know what I mean? They're wishing you well. It does not matter, you know? Like, the sentiment is still there. I have never in my life, 33 years, or how old? Am I 33? Maybe I'm turning 33 on January 1st. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 33, aren't I? I'm 32. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm old. But yeah. So, you know, happy holidays. Whatever. As I said, if somebody, you know, is wishing you well, I mean, I say Merry Christmas, as I said. But I mean, I've never in my whole life said Merry Christmas to somebody and then go, actually, I'm a Buddhist or something like that. I don't celebrate Christmas or something. Nobody has ever, like, taken offense to me saying Merry Christmas. So, I don't take offense if you want to say Happy Holidays. I hate that that's politically correct. I hate that they added that as though saying Merry Christmas on news or the radio or something is like a big no-no. That I don't like. I don't like that you can't say it, you know. But outside of it, like, you have to say Happy Holidays. You can't use inclusive language, all that bullshit. Yeah, no, fuck off. You know, I'm not doing anything wrong. So, yeah. Misk also says, well, all right, so we have 5 people in here and only 1 like. What's going on? Misk's in here and he says, good evening. Good evening, Misk. How you doing? I saw you got that new PC. That's awesome. It looks like quite a beast. Looks like quite a beast. You got a lot of fans there with the LEDs and shit. I've got a fan too. Mine are blue LED'd. But unfortunately, my motherboard thingy-mabob, my AMD there, it's a red LED, so you can't really see the blue LED of the fans. The red's, you know. Swarm said, I've been better. With 2 @ symbols. Oh, well, I hope things are looking up for you. Sorry to hear that. Joseph said, though I don't know how you'll feel about a specific design. All right. Well, I've wasted your guys' time. I bitched for 15 minutes. Let's go. Let's jump into Chapter 84 of Record of Ragnarok. All right, let's jump into this. Way to go. All right, so we're seeing the cheers from the crowd. As expected from the god of the sun. Well done. That's how a god does it. Chapter 84, The Manslayer and the Godslayer. What is this, a fairy tale chapter? What the hell? We're using Godslayer magic and dragon slaying magic and man slaying magic. Well, man slaying magic is used by generally gold digging whores. So, I mean, that's not really magic. That's just, you know. Alright, maybe that was a crude joke. It wasn't even that funny. Bad delivery. I apologize. Nah, I'm still holding to that. That's man-slaying magic right there. Gold-digging whores. But outside of that, I had poor delivery. So I apologize for the poor delivery, not for the joke. Let's see. So it's Heimdall screaming to the crowd, with 5 wins and 4 losses, the gods take the lead again. The sun god Apollo dazzles with divine majesty. A great, great victory. Okay, and then he does his... Of course. See, I'm not the hugest Apollo fan. He's okay. I kind of warmed up to him. Very disappointed in Leonidas. I think he should have kept the Hawaiian shirt design to fight in. And the way his hair was and all that stuff, the glasses, the whole bit. He should have kept his initial design. It was way better. And once again, subverting expectations, yes, is a thing, but I think that's been the most disappointing character in the series. Because he was hyped up so much. Everyone just assumed he's going to fight the last fight, or he's going to fight Odin. You know, like, he was hyped up as the human. And he was just not that guy. Very unfortunate. Thank you, everybody, is what Apollo says. And then we have the other gods looking on. He still has the energy to respond to the cheers. What a great guy, says Ares. Hermes says, no. The truth is that he can barely stand on his feet. It's just that he's being as typically dedicated as always. Okay, so we see his hand shaking and stuff. So, once again, I didn't feel the impact. I really didn't. That's something that I think Record of Ragnarok has slightly lost somewhere along the way, is where is the every hit feels like you are getting punched in the face, you know? The brutality of, like, Thor versus Lubu, or Adam, even up to round 5, like that end part where Shiva, you know, sliced into his, you know, into Raiden's arm, and it just, you know, like, the brutality is sort of lost because we've had these epic things, you know, the bones coming out of Lubu's ankles and stuff like that. Like, we're sort of missing some of it. So I lost a lot of the impact in the last couple of rounds. We're just not seeing that anymore, you know? It's almost like we went from, okay, we were, like, porn level rated, which I think is, like, NC-17. It's higher than R. I don't know. There is something higher than R. It's whatever porn is rated, right? But yeah, like, X-rated. We went from X-rated to R-rated, right? We're still in horror movie. We're still a slasher film, but we'll only show the tits. You know, we'll show the tits and we'll show the blood and stuff, but we do have a limit. You know, there's some things we're still not going to show, right? So I feel like that's what sort of, it's been toned down slightly. Maybe that's just me. And now Zeus. Ho, ho, ho! He shines wherever and whenever he wants. That is a very Apollo thing. Okay, let's see. Lord Apollo, treat your wounds as soon as possible. The lady's yelling from the crowd. Or we'll leave a mark on your beautiful face. Hurry to the medical room. I will accompany you. Me too. Thank you for your concern. But let me guess, he's going to say, no, I'm not going to fix this scar. I'm going to look like Squall the rest of my life. Which, once again, Squall's a badass, so probably one of the coolest. Yeah, I know everyone loves Cloud, but Squall is the Final Fantasy main character, so. But thank you for your concern, but there's no problem, beauties. This wound is fine as it is, This is the proof. Oh, there's Leonidas. That he lived, or that he mattered, or something. This is the proof. That I fought with all my soul against you. Okay. I sort of like my line better. This is proof that you lived, you know? Like, sort of the Last Samurai sort of vibe to it. I think that would have been kind of cool, but it is what it is. It's all good. Okay. My Lord Leonidas, there's the Spartans. Everybody, get straight. Do not bend down. I can still see it clearly. The heroic back of Lord Leonidas. I wish for him to come back. So if he was here, I would like to keep up to his level. If we have shared a common fate, we too should stand tall with pride. Isn't that right, Lord Leonidas? And they're all, whoa. See, Sparta is the strongest. See, the message is just kind of lost for me. As I said, like, this should be epic, and this should be like good of them to be gracious in defeat. But I more prefer the way the round one went. Lu Bu was the guy, and his men followed to him to hell and back, even his horse, and they couldn't stand a world where Lu Bu had lost. So they went out there and they said, "We're gonna do a suicide charge because we just don't accept that he lost." You know what I mean? Like, you could say that that's stubborn or childish or what have you, but I found that held a lot more meaning because people shit on round one, which, by the way, is one of the better rounds. Sorry, it just is. It's better than the last three. So there you go. But yeah, I'm just not feeling like this whole Sparta is still the strongest. Doesn't feel that way. He straight up lost. And he wasn't really that strong, it felt like, you know? He had good durability, I guess. Leonidas just did not have a good showing, you know? Oh, now we're with the samurai. Sasaki. It was a battle to be proud of. And of course the Valkyrie, what is her name? I forget her name, but she's crying because she lost a sister. Since he confronted the god of sun, and not once was he intimidated, he continued to fight head on. Yeah, it was a wonderful farewell, King of Sparta, Leonidas. He is a true Makoto Nobushi, a warrior of honesty. Okita, I'm jealous. Is Okita actually going to be like, I'm jealous, I want to fight next? I'm jealous. Are you jealous? Sasuke asked. Me too. I wish I could have died fighting until my heart was satisfied. I agree. Right, because, of course, Okita died of tuberculosis, or something very similar to tuberculosis. It's been determined that he died very young. He died at like 23 or something. He died incredibly young, before he could reach his peak as a swordsman. But he was deadly, you know, captain of the Shinsengumi and all that stuff. And the man right here, one of the retainers, yeah, he was executed, you know, as well. They didn't get to die in battle, you know. They didn't get to die as warriors. So let's see. Okita, everyone looking very serious. See, Sasaki got to live and stuff, so he doesn't understand this feeling that his fellow samurai have, I would argue. I think maybe Okita really is going next. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to go. Oh, we're in the room. We're in the room, people. All right, let's go. Let's go. This should be good. Of course, Goal is in the corner, and she's going to grieve for her lost sister. Big sis, you roll. Yep. She's going to cry and cry, but then she's going to, she's not going to blame Brunhilde this time. She's going to stand tall. Yep, she's going to wipe her tears and stand tall. Sister, with this, there are 4 wins and 5 losses. 2 more losses, and humanity will perish. The problem with this is, the problem with having, once again, the problem with Apollo winning is slightly difficult. It does mean that whoever fights, and Okita versus Loki, I'd expect Okita to win his fight. So if they're smart, they'll have Okita fight in the next fight, because I really feel like Okita will win his fight. Once again, I think Leonidas should have won his fight, because now this is definitely swayed plot and narratively wise that humanity's going to win the next round. If Leonidas had won, then it would be anybody's game. It'd be a true 50-50. Right now, I'm going to say it's about a 60-40, maybe even a 70-30 that humanity wins this round. However, that number obviously goes up if they lose, because then they can't lose again. And unless my old theory from round 4 is correct, and that we won't get a 13th round, like we won't get the final round, we will actually something will happen and we'll have returning fighters, Jack the Ripper, Sasuke, Thor, all these guys will come back and there'll be a big epic fight, the end of the series. Unless I'm right about that, then yeah. So 2 more losses, humanity will perish. Who are you going to pick? She seems to be typing away. Are you okay, Sister Brunhilde? No. Huh? Oh, she's freaking out. I can't see it. I can't see it at all. I can't decide. I just can't make up my mind. Okay, so maybe Okita will just be like, I'm fighting. Alright, so Brunhilde has no idea. She's lost her predictions. Her schemes. She doesn't know who to send. She has no idea. What's the matter? Calm down. And she slams the thing. This time we were on the edge of a real cliff. We cannot afford to lose next time. However, I just can't see the right answer. Right, yeah. This is actually good. So far, like, this chapter, in the regards that finally, Brunhilde, we've seen her not be calm. We've seen her cried over Herc's death and stuff like that. And we've seen different things where she, like, Zeus pinch hitting for an excellent and easy W with Adam, fuck things up for her and stuff. So we've seen her pissed, we've seen her cry, we've seen her do that stuff. But she's always said, this is who we'll send next time. And from season 1 of the anime, we know that Hermes is likely passing on who they're supposed to. She sort of has an idea of who's going to go up next. And Buddha helped her out, with fighting for them. But this is actually good because this feels like an actual tournament now a little bit more. We've sort of lost this, that Brunhilde is standing there going, I don't know what the right answer is. Sort of like if you play like competitive Pokemon or something similar, right? Or what have you. You're sitting there like, okay, what do I send out? Because depending on what the opponent sends out, I might send out the wrong guy and it might have been a better, pinch hitter for this, that, and the other thing. So she has now much more limited options and she's not sure what to do. That's very realistic, seeing that. The right answer is, who should be the next representative? If that's the case, the remaining fighters are Rasputin, who we haven't seen yet, Nostradamus, Rasputin, Nostradamus, Simo Hayat, right, the White Death, Simo, which everybody is hoping for. Everybody wants to see that fight. Kintoki, and I'm gonna go next. Called it. Okita. Alright, so I was right in my prediction, unless for some reason she says no. But yeah, okay, so there he is. Okita's gonna go. I think Okita wins this, which is very good narratively, because I always expected to see. This is why it's not bad narratively, because if anybody else went, like somebody, we've seen Kintoki's design, technically we've seen the White Deaths too, and we've seen Nostradamus and stuff, but the the last remaining fighter we haven't seen is Rasputin's design, right? But the fact is that Okita has been around since the beginning. Okita was always likely to win his fight because he's been there for a long time. We've seen him, consistently, right? So it's unlikely that he's going to lose. So if we're going to do a plot device, humanity winning this round makes the next round much more up in the air, which is the proper thing to do. And if out of all the remaining fighters on humanity's side, Okita has the most plot armor, I would argue. The most relevance to the overall story. Just because he's been around. So making the best of a sort of put yourself in a bit of a situation, but it does work. I think it does work. So let's see. Okita, I am someone who won't let anyone defeat me. Let's go, And Gull says, who? Well, you just read his name. And then Brunhilde looks. Oh, yeah. See, I told you, Okita's like, yeah, I'm like, he's been wanting to fight for a while now. We're on like round like 10 or something like that. So, it's time. The man wants to fight. Brunhilde, I understand. I'll rely on you since you're the strongest manslayer in human history. I wish they'd use the real term, Batosai. He's a Batosai. He's a manslayer. He's a Hitoki. He's a Batosai, the manslayer. Yes. Actually, that name was not given to Okita. That was given to the guy that Kenshin is based off of. I forget his actual name, Batosai. Based. Who is the real Batosai? What was his name? Himura Kenshin. Kawakami Gensai. Yeah, often mistaken for a woman due to his soft features and stuff like that. Yeah. They called him there were 4 of them, weren't there? They were called the Batosais or something like that, or I thought it began with an H. He was known as a Hitok something. Gendai after doing that, blah blah blah. Sorry, I just wanted to read up on this really, really quick. I forget exactly, but yeah, so an actual Batosai. Anyways, so he's the strongest Batosai. Batosai the manslayer. I don't think Batosai means manslayer. I think it's the other word I'm thinking of. But anyways, manslayer. So he's the strongest manslayer. All right. So wait, manslayer versus godslayer. Who's killed other gods? Well, Hades killed all the Titans. Who'd be the godslayer? Anubis, maybe? Anubis, fairy souls. Well, who'd be a godslayer? Susanoo kills people, or kills gods in his mythology. Loki, technically, once again, I think Okita versus Loki was supposed to be the... Let's see. Thank you very much. Oh, there's that aura. The leader of Shinsengumi's first division, Okita Soji. Let's go. Look at that aura. Is ready. Yeah, I'm cheering for Okita all the way, people. Valhalla Arena. Here we go. Okay, we have Shiva. Wait, I see a chair. There's Anubis. He's actually got the jackal head by the looks of it. Okay. Valhalla Arena. Alright, so we're talking... Alright, so what's with the black cloths? Is that for gods that have died? I see. Let me guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. So this table, because Ares is standing off, it's only people that have fought or who are going to fight. So we don't see Susanoo there. And obviously Apollo is still injured. There's Shiva. There's Loki and Odin and Thor. We're finally seeing Thor again after all this fucking time. Thor's a badass. There's Zeus. So, yeah, because you'd have Poseidon, Hades, the Black Cloths, I assume. So, Poseidon, Hades, Heracles. Oh, there's a chair for Beelzebub. And what was the other one? Oh, Bishamonten. Okay, so yeah, so they have the honor and sec. All right, this is kind of cool. The meeting room of the main gods. Well, it's not really the meeting room of the main gods. It's the meeting room of all the gods that are going to participate. All right, is Loki going to go? Hey, Shivi, are you okay? You haven't slept. Talking to Shiva. Your scars from fighting with the human, do they still hurt? Shiva's got his arms recovered. Let's see. The wounds have healed already. So, Loki, Now, who do you want to fight against? Okay, so she was like, hey. And remember, he sort of gained respect for humanity in the same way Zeus did, or at least they changed their opinion slightly. Oh, so scary. Loki, just leave it there. All right, there's Odin being like, yeah, no. And there's Thor. Oh, we haven't seen really, Thor just looks... Thor's design is really, really fucking cool, I'm not going to lie. Thor just looks awesome. You know what I mean? Let's see. Why is everyone so nervous? Loki, you are gonna get your shit kicked if you fight up against Okita. He was gonna go toe to toe with you without a Volend. He did not care. Are Apollo and Beelzebub still under treatment? Well, after all, they received very serious damage. When it comes to Beelzebub, he'll probably wouldn't come to a place like this anyways. Yeah, I don't get the Beelzebub. So, old man, what is the purpose of gathering the Ragnarok participants? Not all of them are here yet, but... Well, the only ones left are... Because Beelzebub and stuff, so it's only... If Anubis is there, then it's only really Susanoo. Right? Am I forgetting somebody? I'm about to try to decide how to end this struggle. How to end this? Well, there are 2 more to go. If we win 2 more, this tournament will be over. Then my strategy would be to send out Odin. Get your easy next win, right? Hey, me. Oh, wait, Anubis is... okay. Pick me next. Okay, let's look at Anubis's design. Cat guy. Jackal guy. Okay. Right out of the gate, a little disappointed, not a straight-up jackal. But if he turns into a jackal eventually, gets the full, jackal head and stuff, I'll be happy. They do have a little nod to that with the headpiece that he's wearing and stuff like that. So going full jackal here, sort of Animorph. He's got, sort of the Inuyasha look. He's got the claws. He's got the teeth, the eyes, all that shit. So... I kind of like it. I like the design. The design's nice, I don't see anything overly wrong with the design of Anubis. Him being a cat, I guess being a jackal guy, a cat guy. I kind of would have preferred if they were going to go the cat route that they made Anubis a woman. That would have been kind of cool because I don't think any of the gods are female that fight. Yeah, no female fighters on either side. So, it would have been nice to have the one female, I guess. But, okay, so Anubis does want to go. But are they going to say no? So, Anubis wants to go. Me next? Okay. Oh, okay. Rushing across acting. Alright, so I actually like the personality. Acting like a cat. Acting like a jackal. Like, me. Yeah. We've seen this type of archetype of a character before in many, many manga. It's always fun, though. It's usually done well. It's usually fun. So far, yeah, just skidding across the table. Yeah, me. Okay. Hi, Spike. Me. Yeah, just rushing across on all fours. I've always waited for my turn in silence. Not sure if I'm going to be able to participate. So I'm getting really, really, really anxious. Sitting like a cat. Anxious? That's why... Would you say yes? Is it okay? Oh, gee. Okay, went from... Okay, so went from, yeah, me, to being like... get the crazy eyes and I really want to fight. So you're gonna agree, right? Oh, of course Zeus is yeah, I don't give a fuck. And Anubis is gurring and, growling at Zeus. Originally, for the 10th round, it was Anubis who was contemplated. What do the Nordics have to say? I mean, I still think that Loki was set up by the anime, unless that was once again trying to, say no. And a lot of people said Okita versus Susanoo because Japanese, but I thought we were trying to switch it up, you know. And Rasputin versus Anubis has so many good connotations, so well, alright, Loki's gonna talk. I was hoping that maybe the Shiva talk like, hey, when is it your turn, bitch? Like, oh, have your wounds healed nicely? Yeah, why don't you get in the fucking arena and find out how powerful humans are, bitch? I was hoping that might egg him, but it looks like Loki's just like, yeah, no, content to just be the, what do you call them, femboys or whatever? If little Nubby wants to participate so bad, it's okay, right? What do you say, Uncle? Odin doesn't say a thing. Thor doesn't say a thing. It is well. Whoa, ding! Wait, Odin didn't finish. Yay, it's a deal, he said it. No, he said it is well. He said it is well. It's a deal, he said it. Woof, woof, woof. You have been making onomatopoeic noises coming from your heart for a while now. I mean, okay, that's odd. And then the doors open and wait a minute. You are, so you came. It's the final, so, alright, so far from the looks of it, Susanoo looks pretty cool. The next will be me. Susanoo no Mikoto. And carrying something wrapped in bandage. I'm going to guess it's the blade of the Yamata no Orochi. He's probably got the Kusanagi blade in that bitch or something. Susanoo's eyebrow. Yeah. That's a sick design. The ponytail looks like Inu no Tashio. Like Inuyasha's father design, which is exactly how I would have designed Susanoo if it were me. Maybe giving him a beard, but he looks fine without one too. Alright, so Susanoo. So it is going to be Japanese versus Japanese. I really wanted Loki. Let's see. Alright. And then Anubis is just not saying anything, and then but what? This pressure. Yeah, he's got quite an aura. So Ares is noticing. My body feels heavy. I feel like I'll be crushed just by being right next to him. Anubis. Susanoo wants to be next. It's already late. It has been decided that this is my turn. Susanoo. I see. But the next will be me. So it's like, no, it's my turn. Sounds like, yes, I see what you're saying. So I'm fighting next. Just completely ignoring. I like that. That's fun. That's definitely fun. Let's see. So I like Susanoo's design. So Anubis and Susanoo. So we get the final god designs. What does everybody think of them? I like Anubis's design. I actually do. I don't really. If they weren't going to go with the actual jackal head, giving him the cat-like features or the dog-like features of a jackal, making him a dog boy, cat boy, whatever. A jackal's technically a type of like coyote, so I guess more a dog boy than cat boy, which is what I was saying, but whatever. And Susanoo, once again, looks like exactly what I expect a Japanese warrior god to look like. Like, exactly looks like a potential design for fucking Sasaki. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you would expect. So now, the only design that we don't know is actually Rasputin's. We have everybody else's design. All right. The next will be me. So let's see. So Shiva's, everyone's just stunned. Loki's stunned, everyone. And Anubis, no, aren't you listening to me? It was decided that I will be next. Oh, I see. But I didn't know. What? Yuck, 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 yuck. You heard it. Now you know. It was decided that I will be next. Even if you want to go, this is my turn. My turn, my turn, my turn. So, I'm sorry, but I didn't know. Noob's losing his shit. Alright, this is actually this is a fun interaction. So Shiva says, I understand that feeling. Sometimes there are troublesome people who want one's turn. And Shiva talking about the time. But Shiva, you do realize Adam would have killed you, right? But he's not saying that in a snarky way, it seems. He's saying like, yeah, sometimes there's troublesome guys who just don't know when to wait their turn, but Shiva, Adam would have destroyed you. Okay? He technically killed Zeus. The whole turning his head back around thing was kind of bullshit. It was cool at the time, but when you think about it, Adam won. So that was ridiculous, you know? Any other god has their head spun completely around, they're dead on the floor. So, yeah, Shiva, you would have died. So the only reason you lived was because Zeus pinch hit. You are definitely mean. I told you, old man. Let's see. Ugh, 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 ugh. I never so pissed. The next will be only me. Okay. Alright, it's all yours. Okay, Anubis gave up. Are you really okay with that, says Zeus? Yes, I can't communicate with him. He's so mean. Alright, so this guy, completely bipolar, like 100%. Okay, so Anubis is kind of fun because he's very erratic. Very eccentric, very, you know. So Anubis has a fun trait. I kind of like it. So it's decided now, says Loki. Even so, Susanoo, why are you so interested in the next round? The next fighter is the strongest manslayer. Have you heard of Okita Soji? Okay, so wait a minute. I'm still confused how these people know. So, like, do they submit? Like, since Okita said he was going to fight, Brunhilde logs it in the computer and the whole public sees it. Like, Okita's the next fighter. Like, because honestly, wouldn't you want to keep everyone guessing? Like, how does he know that? How does Brunhilde know who's going up next? And how does... I assumed Hermes was passing information, but now Susanoo wants to fight because he knows Okita's fighting next. That's the reason he's here. So he wants to fight the strongest manslayer. Susanoo actually wants to fight Okita. Okay. Ho. Wait a second. How do you know who's the next fighter? Yeah, that's the legit question. Wait a second. How do you know who's the next fighter? Hermes. I told him. Hermes has been just being a two-way street for both sides. I told him. The decision is up to you. I was just sneaking a peek. Hermes. And once again, I think Hermes is kind of on humanity's side. Not to the sense of Buddha, but remember, he was making sonnets and ballads for every fallen warrior, regardless of which side they were on. Hermes has something going on. Ares says, Hermes, you don't do that. It wasn't right. Okay, so the honor is going to come into the... You were such a careless guy. You can't put it into God's upwill. Ah ha ha ha. So Susanoo says, the opponent is humanity's strongest manslayer. If that's the case, then... Published during the Meiji era. Oh, we're going to talk about the... Yeah. In the Emiririku of Imperial Martial Arts, it is written that Kendo was the creation of Susanoo. I thought it was in the Nikadai Koji or whatever. What is it called? I thought it was a different book. What's the other book The Sino Koji something. Anyways, the kendo was the creation of Susanoo. Okay, so he wants to fight as a swordsman. I'm the strongest god slayer of the heavens. There's no other way than going myself. And that's the end of the chapter. Okay, so I like both designs. Pretty good chapter. Okita going next. Excellent. I love Susanoo's design, but I got to bet on Okita. For once again, another sole reason being the fact that if Susanoo wins, the gods have to lose the next fight. Because humanity can't lose more than twice. So the gods basically can't win again until we get down to the real wire. You know what I mean? So narratively speaking, it's just the way it's got to be, right? So that was the chapter, by the way. We'll catch up with the chat here. I saw there wasn't a very big chat. This started really late. I mean, once again, I'm about 2 weeks late, roughly, for the chapter stream. And also, it was sort of just, okay, I have the time right now here on Friday night now into Saturday. So, makes sense. Makes sense. You know, the VOD will get its views and whatever, but a lot of people haven't been into Ragnarok. Ragnarok has fallen off for many, many people, and I get it. The last 3 rounds have been okay. You know, or straight up bad. Round 7 was awful. This round wasn't so great, Leo and Apollo. Yeah, so... Anyway, let's catch up. Let's see. Joseph says, I don't know how you'll feel about a specific design. I like both of them for different reasons. They're cool. Joseph said, was Okita Soji in real life also known for his incredible speed as well as incredible swordsmanship? He was known for his incredible swordsmanship. I don't know about his speed. But from what I've read up on, he was a prodigy. He was a genius with the sword. Joseph says, also, was he the type of guy who fought so hard that he was called a demon in real life? He might have been known as the Asura or something like that. Yeah, he was considered a prodigy, a genius, a master of the blade at such a young age. He was very dangerous. He was very deadly. That's why he was the first captain of the Shinsengumi. Joseph said, I feel like the whole fandom will go crazy when Simon finally reveals. Yeah, maybe that'll bring something back here. Joseph said, also my boy's finally getting his turn. There you go. Artist sending his classic stone face thingy. Just because he can. Hi, Artist. I assume Artist is the only one who dropped a like, because nobody seemed to drop likes tonight. I don't get why. I had like 5 or 6 different people in here. Four or so in the chat, and only 2 likes. What's wrong with you people? Joseph said, with how Anubis is portrayed, maybe they'll have Rasputin versus Anubis, just a psychopath versus a psychopath. I mean, it would work. Though I would have preferred him to be stoic and serious with a real jackal head. I mean, yeah, that could have been fine, right? I mean, as I said, I don't hate on the design. If this is the way it's going to be, this is the way it's going to be, right? But the design's fine. The way the character's written is, you know, we've seen this archetype before, but it's usually fun. See it in things like Helsing and stuff, so, yeah. Joseph said, after so long, we finally have all the designs of the gods revealed. Indeed, we do. Joseph said, but not gonna lie, I really wanted Okita versus Loki because of how perfect it is. Me too. But this was the other matchup that everyone talked about. If it wasn't going to be Loki versus Okita, it was going to be Susanoo versus Okita. Because Japanese god versus Japanese swordsman, right? That's what we were going to assume. For one, they're both the smallest on their sides, and it would have been a trickster versus a police officer. I mean, as I said, I thought it was set up pretty good in the anime with the extra filler scene and stuff, but apparently not. Just said, but at least Susanoo looks awesome. He does. He looks very cool. Just said, if they were to have one female fighter for each side, I would love to see the Morgan for the gods and Mara Hari for the humans. Mara Hari, don't know who that is. I would for a female human, probably Mother Teresa. Yeah, I'd probably do a Mother Teresa thing, or just to go crazy out on a limb, Dolly Parton. You know, somebody like that, like a Dolly Parton, Betty White, somebody just, you know, Donna Reed, you know, like someone just completely, Whitney Houston, like just make them completely, you know, just go batshit, just go as crazy as you want to go. Somebody like that would work. But yeah. I mean, Joan of Arc is so easy. That's the thing. Joan of Arc is so easy. Everybody would pick Joan of Arc. Joseph said, what the heck would Mother Teresa do? Have holy powers. Have, like, the ultimate shield. Like, someone tries to attack her, and it's just like, her goodness just shines through. You can't hurt her or something. Be like, my attack was deflected. And she's just there like, no. So, like, if you're going to have I just think it'd be kind of cool. I think you could do something with Mother Teresa. She was so selfless that I think that would be like her superpower, you know? You could do... See, it's easy. It's easy to bring up Vlad, Blackbeard, King Arthur, all these people. They were warriors. Very easy to write. And the gods are easy. Because they already have powers in their mythologies. What's interesting is when you add creativity. Jack the Ripper was a very creative fighter. You know what I mean? That was like, okay, what direction are we going to do with Jack? Right? That was interesting. You know? So, in that regard, though sometimes they fuck up, like the Emperor of China. That was the worst fucking abysmal thing I've ever read. But, air bubbles. Really? Air bubbles. But outside of that, like, yeah, creativity really helps because it makes things shine through. When you take something that's like, as you said, what would Michael Jordan do? What would Mother Teresa do and stuff like that? It's like, oh no, we're gonna really sit down, think about this, make this really cool and creative. We're gonna come this from a complete left side, you know, like that's what you gotta do, man. That's how you write good fiction. That's right, how you write good stories. So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, the chat's it's kind of a slow Friday night. Clearly everyone's out Christmas shopping and doing what have you. So I'm just glad I managed to get this out. I had a spare hour, so I'm just glad I managed to get this out, in all honesty. Because I'm very late on it. So, yeah. Joseph said Jack was perfect because the hands of evil, anything is a deadly weapon. Exactly, but it was still creative to come up with that concept. They could have made him like a Jason Voorhees, you know. They could have, or Michael Myers. They could have made him a slasher movie villain that just won't fucking stay down, who won't die or something. They went with a very creative route. You know, it seems so easy to come up with now, but you know, at the time, when you saw the list, did anybody expect Jack to be like that? Maybe some people, but, you know, it's what it is. So yeah, creativity is definitely a good thing when it comes to figuring out powers and stuff like that of real life people, you know. Fate does a pretty good job of that too, the Fate series. But anyways, yeah, so about an hour stream. Caught up with Record of Ragnarok, so that's fantastic. I am going to try to get some more videos out over the weekend. The NFL predictions, hopefully before Sunday's games. I picked the Steelers, by the way, they lost. But that was picking between a terrible team and another terrible team. So shot myself in the foot. Not a lot of people picked the Patriots too, so I'm just down a point or whatever. But I'll try to get that video out, the One Piece review and the Yona review. But I'm glad that this is the big one because it's an hour stream. So, yeah. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and people who are going to watch the VOD later and stuff like that. I hope it was somewhat exciting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that fun jazz. And we'll see you all back here next time for Chapter 85. Hopefully, maybe Susanna versus Okita will really be light a fire under some people, because I remember when I first started doing this, when I had a lot less subscribers, I had 15, 20 people in these streams, no matter what time I streamed, no matter how many days I was late. And yeah, you can tell that the fan base is not as hyped or excited about the series anymore. It's definitely dropped off in quality. Hard to really pinpoint one exact factor that's caused it, but you can tell that people just aren't as interested anymore. So, is what it is. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Merry Christmas and all that fun jazz. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.